Hi, I'm the Tale Weaver Omar, and DM here at A Tale of D20s Network.
Hi, I'm Zektown, and I am the DM here at A Tale of D20s Network.
Zek, you know I am the Dungeon Master for the drama-fueled, anime-inspired fantasy epic Descent into the Void, right?
Yes, but Omar, you know I am the Dungeon Master for the comedy-riddled, trope-smashing fantasy epic The Natural Ones.
I guess both of them are perfect shows for a tabletop podcasting network.
It's a good thing that people can find us at ataleofd20s.com then.
Yeah, you can also find us on Twitter at A Tale of D20s. That's at ATALEOFD20S, A Tale of D20s.
And you can find each show on Twitter at The Nat Ones Cast, at THENAT1SCAST, The Nat Ones Cast, or Descent Void at DESCENTVOID, Descent Void on Twitter.
So, if you want thrilling drama,
or a side-splitting comedy, A Tale of D20s has you covered.
Greetings, Dungeon Delvers, and welcome to yet another exciting chapter of A Tale of D20s Descent into the Void, where six friends journey together to tell a story of mythic proportion.
Gather round, gather round. Let me tell you a tale of life and death, of joy and sorrow, a tale of D20s.
Last time, Liberators, you had finally defeated your foe, Deja Vu, as well as sent Balin and Jalen back to their unholy abyssal realm. But that was with some losses. Cal, after drifting throughout the ley lines, had found secret tunnels and passageways, finding a secret realm somewhere deep within the void. With King assisting him and ripping out his scar, Duran grabbed on to assist as well and lost his mind within the ley lines. After coming back from consciousness, once Monako and Horatio reappeared back into the throne room, she had casted heal upon him, mending his mind back together, bringing him back towards the group. But he was different this time. The Stellus bond between him and King had been broken, and Duran seemed to be colder, more distant. He didn't seem to care about King or care about his allies, only the mission, only to complete the task that he had in front of him. With that in mind, and the group shattered, King taking the brunt of pain, running out of the throne room and crying to himself, you all met up with a couple guards who told you about the turning of the tide with King Terminus and the battle in the Great District. Teleporting yourselves there, you had met with King Terminus, alerted him on everything that had transpired, and agreed to meet within a couple hours' time to head back and debrief on your next mission, which would be to either assist Queen Camilla or defeat the Lich that was bringing out the undead. Cal had reached back and attempted to aid the heirs of Equipoise, but was told that Captain Coldhammer was gravely injured and needed assistance. Leaving that be, you all had headed on your own, King flying in heartbreak towards the Dust District before you all met back at the castle, a new entrance, meeting with a captain of the Unity Knights, Julian Mageslayer. You had took down into the war room, and Julian told you not to touch anything, but Cal insisted to do so anyway, seeing that there was some type of special shotgun-like weapon hanging onto the walls of this war room. After touching it, he received a vision of the gun being used by King Terminus, given by his adoptive father, and blasting the allies around them. In jest, he found out that these bullets were healing bullets, aiding the allies instead of damaging them. The group then went on to discuss what happened with the past, present, and future events that you all had transpired when King Terminus appeared in a jest as a lizard creature with the Judean Sunfell in hand. He explained that Judean had been warped back to one of the teleportation rooms in the Corporis, and then you all went on to explain everything that went on, exploding the brain of Judean Sunfell as he cannot fathom the epicness of your journeys. Being put into his place by everyone in the Liberators, King Terminus set out the plan before you to either defeat the Lich so that the armies can go and take over or take back Fia, sending out few operatives to place these rainbow-colored gems into Fia to better open up portals so they can immediately jump in there with the army to then face off against Hiei and his dark forces. As a group, Liberators, you all decided to take out the Lich, helping King Terminus's elite group led by Julian, the Mage Slayer, and to then head on, continuing to Fia afterwards. The last thing you decided to do before leaving King Terminus was Manako seemed to have drifted into some type of dream haze. She then suggested that you all be teleported to the Corporus to do some searching, which Horatio obliged, opening up an arcane gate as you all step forward. So, Liberators, the sky splits open again, and you are now miles above the capital of Thelos, into the sky, into the broken wreckage of the Corporus Arcana. With all of you once together again, what do you wish to do next?
We have to find something here. Excuse me. And Minako will start rummaging through the rubble.
What are you looking for exactly?
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Look, maybe we should just get back. Look at this place. So much ruin. We can stay in the mansion for one more night, right?
I think that it's ours as long as we want it. King Terminus didn't seem to need to hurry us out, but we do need to quickly take care of that Lich so that way we can get on to Fia.
I agree, we need to get rid of that thing as soon as possible.
Last time, well, the way how I found access to the location where the shard stays in the runic prison for the shard, I used this. And she will reveal the little cage with the tormented soul of Deja Vu in it.
And you trust that?
Well, we'll pass them through soon enough. I couldn't bear to keep someone like in this, but I thought maybe you would have some questions that they would have to answer.
So time out. What does it look like to us? Like Deja's soul in the soul cage.
Sure. So Alex, Manako has that silver cage, correct?
Yeah, it's a silver cage that fits in her palm, and it has a little chain on it that she holds it by the top of.
Okay, looking at the soul, what you see, it's something twisted. It's like before when you had looked at it, Manako, you saw that there was a light, like a green light within this black gook of energy. You can see that the fae that this creature was somewhere deep inside, but it's now just surrounded by malice and chaotic energy of purple and black. Not too different. Actually, roll me a history or arcana check.
Sure.
Manako.
A 10 for her history check.
10. Looking at it, it doesn't look too different from something you recently saw, something from the past. It looks like the way that the ichor-like exterior of this soul reminds you of that blob-like monster creature that you saw from your previous visit to the past that Horatio exploded. But that is what their soul looks like.
Why are you showing us this?
Because it's a core of power from Deja Vu. It's what's left of their soul. They will tell us anything that we need to know now. Remember how they said, leave them be? They'll tell us things. She looks over at Duran. Wouldn't you have questions for your enemy?
How many questions do we have?
6. Well, 8 in total, but I've already asked one. And I have another one I have to ask myself.
This place is just in ruin as I survey the scene. I know that there are powerful mages and sorcerers in the bunch, but so much destruction and so much to rebuild. Let's just find what you need. I've had enough of today.
If we can ask the soul of Deja what Doramo's weakness is, we should do it now.
She'll hold she'll lift up the chain, pulling up this tiny cage, and whisper into it, tell us of your master's weaknesses.
The voice is silent. They don't respond for the moment, and you hear as a small, quiet whisper, Doramo has but one weakness. The blood of Gaia.
Did we all hear that, or did only Minako hear that?
It only whispered to Minako.
She'll lower the cage and look up and says, "We have his weakness, the blood of Gaia."
What? Why?
I don't know, but
What does that mean?
well, I would surmise to take it literally.
Like, just splash him with it,
I don't think that's the case.
right? What does that mean?
How much do you think we need?
I think what's clear is that we would need to find and speak with her, and she would be able to elaborate. Surely, she would be willing to give us anything that would be helpful. So,
We need to find her first.
Well, yeah.
Who do we need to find?
My mother.
I thought that you are the blood Minako was talking about.
Figured I had to do something with it as well, but I'm not
Hmm.
Do you think that you're not potent enough and we need only directly, like, literally Gaia's specific blood and not just her lineage?
Maybe we need twice as much blood.
wait.
Horatio looks at Duran.
Don't be so barbaric, Heshnifan. And I'll use a elvish word to say, like, Valkyrie warrior.
No one's spilling Horatio's blood.
How much blood has Doramo spilled?
Too much.
So you're willing to sacrifice me to kill Doramo?
No.
Absolutely not.
Horatio's looking at Duran when he says that.
We don't know how much it's asking to sacrifice. What are you saying? You're not willing to sacrifice everything to stop Doramo?
Yeah, I am. But there's also another target that I can't forget about. So I'm not willing to lay my life to stop Doramo.
One thing you know, Horatio, to remind you, Lewis, that the first thing you did was sit onto the throne room and see if you can search the ley lines for Duran. In doing so, you do know that his mind was torn into 4 pieces.
Okay.
That's somewhat thrown throughout the ley lines, which go however far you don't know.
Okay, so Duran's mind can be, or does he surmise that there is a way to possibly repiece Duran's mind together?
Yeah, that was something that hypothesis you came up with, though you were not sure if it's impossible, it's within your power.
Okay.
Is it 4 more and we have 1? Because I thought you told us 5.
Oh, yes, I did. You're right. I did tell you 5. I just wasn't sure. So 5 pieces. I'm sorry.
Okay, and we have 1 piece of it.
Addition. Yeah, do we have any
You have
pieces?
no pieces. There are 5 pieces.
We have the shell.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes. You are right. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay. It could be that I'm the key to stopping Doramo. It could mean that we need literal blood at this point. I'm not sure, but as long as we're together, I have no doubt that we can succeed. And then he looks at Duran again, and Horatio will say, "I will find your mind, my friend."
Songo por Songo. It's a cheap price to pay. Duran says blood for blood in Valkyrie Elvish.
Horatio replies in Elvish, "It's not a price I'm willing to pay." And then he says, "Minako, if you need some help, what is it that you're looking for here? I can probably move some things around."
Thank you, Horatio. I need something that this land has no power over. And that is to say, this is a land without a sun. And I need a sunstone. She looks around at the ruins. I just hoped. Last time I was able to find where to put the shard because Deja told me where to go. I'm just hoping.
DM, do I know what sunstones are for?
Roll me an Arcana check.
11.
11. Sunstones? You've heard stories about sunstones. They're used in some type of ritual, though exactly what, you're not sure.
What do you need the sunstone for?
It's part of a ritual. I have some pieces moving now. It's part of my revenge against Hiei, okay? Now, I don't want to talk about it.
Stop Doramo.
Well, Duran, in addition to being his chief lieutenant, I have a personal grudge. I'm sure you would know about personal grudges, but
I didn't know there was time for personal grudges right now.
Can you help me or not?
I don't think there's a sunstone here.
All right, so with you all up there, floating upon the Corporus Arcana, after hearing the whispering, weird words of the shapeshifter Deja Vu, what would you like to do next?
I mean, I'm not sure. Are we gonna rest or are we gonna?
I'm exhausted. I think we're all exhausted.
Yeah, are we
Mentally exhausted, at least.
are we back at the mansion then?
We can get there.
Should we just go back straight there and then?
I will offer Caliburn. I can carry 2 people, possibly 3 of you, if you don't have the means to get down yourselves.
Are we higher than 500 feet in the air?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can't dimension door. I don't have my fly prepared, so I can't fly.
All right then. I'll standing there, make a few hand gestures, and offer Caliburn will fly down and land next to Horatio for him to mount and get on.
Horatio will get on Caliburn.
Does anyone else need?
Thank you, King. Thank you. And then she'll attempt to get on Caliburn as well.
All right.
Mhm.
I can easily hold 500 people or 500 pounds. So I think if one more person needs, because I don't think that you two are.
I have no way to actually fly or teleport. I'd appreciate a ride.
Duran, you'll have to cloud step down then. Is that all right?
Duran activates his cloud vagary, performing the dance and the movements, and then just hops down.
So you got to see Duran do his dance. The winds underneath Duran's feet pick up, and as he just ignores you completely, jumping off, you see him plummet down, though dancing in the sky as he makes his skywalk.
I'll turn towards Cal with a solemn face and offer a hand for him to get on, and I'll say, the 3 of you will have to hold on tight. Don't worry, I'm quite proficient at controlling Caliburn now, and I will turn my head, and spectral butterfly wings will sprout from my back, and I will fly myself next to you, and I'll make a few hand gestures, and the 4 of us will start to float down. My big butterfly wings will just sort of slowly waft behind as we descend together.
Okay, so it's 3 people on Caliburn and you flying next to it? Okay.
Yeah, I have a natural fly speed now.
Yeah, and you're mentally controlling Caliburn? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are very in tune with Caliburn, so you can easily do this. The rest of you, after seeing Duran skywalk away, hop onto Caliburn. It rises up, and you're able to balance easily. King, you have the utmost control over it at this point. You no longer have to make any checks. With your beautiful butterfly wings just shimmering off the dust-lit sky as the light hits it, because you're so high up, closer towards the sun, you all careen off and begin to descend. Duran just becoming a speck in the distance as he just flies, as he can just multi a dash all the way down there.
I hope we can find his pieces. I believe with you two looking at Cal and Horatio, I think we can do it. We have to make him whole again.
We'll find those pieces. There's one in Fia, remember? One step closer.
Yeah, that's not that far. He'll offer a shy smile of hope.
As Duran goes ahead, if he gets ahead of them, he'd like to make perception checks just to keep an eye out. He's been thinking a lot about the vampire assassins in this town with all this talk of the witch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, roll me a perception check.
I also had a question in reference to Duran's mind.
All right, so Duran, what's your perception check?
He rolls an 18.
18. Okay, so Duran, as you're making your way there, and are you going I know you're keeping an eye out, but are you going your full speed?
He's probably going about maybe 60 feet a turn-ish.
Okay, so you start making your way down. Looking around was just nothing but just the sky, a limited amount of clouds. As you start to make your way down, it doesn't take you very long. With your intense speed and your direct path towards Thelos, you make it down first before everyone else landing onto the ground. You look around you, to your left, to your right. It seems peaceful, like no one here even noticed the danger that happened 4 or 5 districts away from them. It doesn't seem like there's any undead. Looking on the rooftops, because you had a good overview, doesn't seem like there was anyone watching you this time. Just seems pretty quiet.
He takes a moment to exhale and kind of braces himself.
All right. Horatio, what was your question?
I just wanted to know if Since apparently one piece of Duran's mind is in Fia, is that what?
Yes. Sorry, you discover one of them is in
Does
Fia.
Horatio know where the other ones are at?
You know that they're deeper in the void.
Okay.
Ratio. I remember the creature, the ooze.
Yeah.
Doesn't what's left of Deja
Resemble it?
remind you of it?
Yeah, it does.
I'm worried that we did something bad. And she's sitting behind you on the broom, and she'll just like wrap her arms around you and try to hold you.
Don't know if we did something bad or if we just played into the hands of fate. I just know that the future isn't written yet.
I don't care what Duran says. I think you're a wise wizard.
I believe I'm getting wiser by the day, but wisdom isn't my strong suit. That wasn't Duran speaking. That was the Gale, I guess. I'm not sure. All I know is that, and he kind of looks at King as he says this, we have to find his mind. I will find his mind.
I hope. And can King hear us? Is he like within? Okay, you're right next to us. Okay, yeah, you're right next to us. Okay, yeah, good. King, do you hold what happened to Duran against me? I didn't know he was gonna come back this way. I just used the most powerful magic I could, and
No, why would I hold it against you? I, look completely shocked at the notion. You used a gift of yours that is so limited on him in this moment of need. I thank you very much. He might have just remained a shell if you did nothing. I'm mad at myself. I understood what the throne was, and I let him hold me. I knew that Cal needed me, and I needed Duran, and it hurt him. It's my fault for not being strong enough. I should have pushed him away in that moment. It would have saved him. My fault the way that he is.
King.
You see, he's just floating down, and tears are now just dripping from his face.
King, don't put this on yourself.
It is my fault, though!
And if I had been stronger to sit on the throne by myself, neither of you would have had to come over and help me. We will fix Duran together, because that's what we do.
That I have faith in. I believe your words.
It's usually hard to make or to think things through in high, stressful situations. Don't be too hard on yourself, King.
I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, King. There's nothing worse than losing a loved one. I know he's still here.
The worst part is he's still here and he doesn't remember anything. But I don't know. I hope that these fragments of him will bring back pieces of the memories. Maybe he'll remember the moments that we've shared, the bond we have.
We'll do whatever it takes.
I know. Thanks, guys.
All right. You all continue to fly throughout the sky until Duran, you finally landing and looking around. Like I said, it's mostly quiet. You know the pathway towards the mansion. And so eventually you see in the distance walking up, seeing your fancy fence and the shrubbery in front leading out into the long pathway that goes towards your manor. You can easily walk in. Is that your intention, or are you going to wait for your allies?
Duran will walk in himself at this point. He feels just he doesn't feel too attached or too much like waiting for them. He also feels this gnawing kind of sense of loneliness he's trying to keep off his mind. So he's going to go in.
All right. So Duran, you walk into the doors and opening it up, it seems quiet. The sounds of the doors creaking open echo throughout the inner hallway. Seems like it has been forever since you've been back here, though it's only been yesterday, or earlier today. But you walk in nonetheless, and coming out of the wall, you see, "Hello there, masters. Welcome back. How was the gala?" As the
Has anyone else been here?
comes and greets you.
Has anyone else been here?
It freezes for a moment and then looks away from you, then looks back. No one has been within the building, master.
Duran's going to check the perimeter.
Roll me an investigation check.
Don't call him Duran the investigator for nothing. Duran rolls a 16.
16. Okay. All right. You go around the perimeter, go down to like the side patio where you normally have your breakfast and lunch. Looking down, you see the Sapphire Lake Sapphire Stream making its way across. Looking up the building, you climb up, use your demon dancing to check all around top and bottom. Doesn't seem anything doesn't seem changed. Nothing seems changed. Everything seems fine. And at that moment, as you're finishing up, looking around, what you do see with your high perception is the rest of the liberators making their way down. The rest of you finally make it towards the manor, and landing down into the middle of the front yard. You see Durand kind of making his rounds.
Thanks, guys. I needed that.
No problem.
Let's make our plans for tomorrow and rest. We need to quickly eliminate this lich. Horatio, Cal, let's cross notes and see if we can potentially understand something about this and maybe get the drop. Maybe there's something that we could do against this evil undead.
Sounds good.
Well, Duran sees you guys kind of get close. He messages you through the magic ring earring. While you all were taking your time, I was able to secure the perimeter. It seems like no one's here. You should be safe to sleep.
Thank you, Duran. It's appreciated.
Yeah, after you all receive your message ascending from Duran, you open up the doors and walk in. And of course, the automaton, who doesn't come out the wall, was already there waiting, looks at you and says, "Hello there, masters. Welcome back. I hope the gala was well."
Are you not plugged into the network? Did you not see what happened? What's happening in the city?
It looks at you and says, "Yes, I am well aware of all the events that transpires into the Arcane capital. I did not want to be rude and wish to ask you about your day."
Okay. Well, in that case, other than that, it was short. Hopefully he'll throw another one in the future.
Oh, he's famous for... King Terminus is quite famous for his galas. I'm sure we'll see another one within a 10-day.
That would be quick. Thank you. Could you actually... Do we have any books in here on, let's just say, undead? Do we have any knowledge of old beings? Perhaps lore? Even if they're stories, we have to go on a mission, and any help you could provide would be great, House.
I was gonna ask DM, since Horatio has already spent some time in this house, does he know the library?
You don't know everything in the library, but you do know it's quite a vast library. You specifically were just reading on certain information on ley lines and whatnot. So you don't know if there could be a book on undead, but there were a lot of books. But the house automaton turns and says, "You can use the library."
What I meant was not if he knows there's a book there, but if he knows how the library is organized, so he knows where to go to.
You...
Because, I mean...
would need to spend more time, because you spent... the only time you spent in there, you fell asleep reading a book, so you didn't actually spend enough time, so you'll have to search.
Fine, DM.
I will turn to the automaton and I will say, "Oh, I thought you were helpful. Can you not find me a book on undead or compile me the books you find on the subject?"
It looks at you. It doesn't have any emotion on its face, but you just get a weird chill going down your spine as it stares at you very sharply. "Why, yes, master, of course. I can get anything you wish to find on undead. We have several books, a total of 763 books on undead. Lore, makeup, creatures. Is there anything specific you are searching for?"
Sure. How about anything on... if you have anything on... Should I say it, guys? I don't know if we should tell it.
Do you have anything on liches?
Okay, he's gonna say it. Yeah.
"We have 5 books specifically on liches, how they are made, famous liches of the past, also on how to destroy a lich, and so on and so forth. Would you like all of them?"
We need those 3 books.
Yeah.
The first 3 books that you mentioned, please.
Well, you don't know. He said there's 5. What if the other 2 are how to destroy it permanently? And then you only read the first one.
I think that would fit into how to destroy a lich, but we'd take all 5, yeah. And Horatio starts walking towards the library.
And can we have a full dinner?
"Sure."
Like a full spread. Everything.
It closes its eyes, opens them back up. "We are getting work on it immediately, masters. Dinner shall be ready within the hour." The automaton goes, "Is there anything else you wish for me to get to you, for you, masters?"
Yes. Are any of the shops still open?
"Oh, it is quite late. Most of the shop have closed, as well have closed down due to the attacks that happened in the Grey and Iron districts."
Do you pilfer or pillage, or you're not programmed to do that?
I'm sorry, masters.
I'm sorry, I'm just cheeky right now because I'm so tired. Could you potentially let me know if any shops will be open tomorrow? I might need to grab one item.
We will inquire with the magistrate to see if the shops will be open here in the Light District. We will give you an answer by the morning's time. Is that?
Can you name drop? Tell them it's for the Liberators. We might find something that's then open for us.
Will do, masters. We will let them know that the Liberators directly would like assistance with one of the shops open for an item. Is there anything else you would need, masters? And it looks back, moving its mechanical head back and forth at the rest who are still within this front foyer.
I think that'll be all. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, excuse me, masters. And it slowly goes back into the wall, phasing into it until only its eyes are showing, and then it disappears.
I don't trust it.
As you shouldn't.
All right. So Horatio, at this point, it takes you a few minutes, but you make it up towards the large, tall, floor-to-ceiling doors that opens up this grand library. Pushing the door open, it slides on open, and you enter inside. There, waiting for you, is walking away from the tables, the exact same automaton. Now, by placing the 5th book on top of the table, turning around, looking at you. If you need anything else, masters, please let us know. Before phasing into the bookshelf, turning into bindings and pieces of book, before disappearing.
House copped an attitude, because that's the first time I didn't dismiss it and left. All right. And Horatio will sit down and first read about famous powerful liches. And he's going to wait for everyone else to come up so that we kind of go through all the books together. But he starts on that one.
All right, then.
I'm gonna send him a message and be like, Horatio, can you read the books? I need to rest a little bit.
Yes, I can read the books, King, no problem.
And I'm assuming like we're downstairs, like in the foyer kitchen area, or I am, and I don't know where anyone else is, but if someone is around, I'm gonna say, I just need to rest a moment. I'm gonna go out and meditate and go back to like our patio area and go sit on the grass. And then, like, look at the glow in my chest.
King, before you
and
go,
just... Yes, Duran?
I need one of your spells for my ring.
What would you like? Healing or offense?
Offense.
Hold on. I can handle that, Duran. Why don't we be a little, we can reserve King's magic for now. I can give you a fireball.
Works for me.
Thank you, Minako. And I'll just leave. Walk out the back door.
Okay. So Minako, are you casting it upon it now?
Minako will go over to his hand, go over to him and put her hands over his hand, and shadows will come out and crackle into it. And she'll cast fireball into the spell storing ring.
Okay. You go ahead and start to cast your fireball. Duran, you see the magic of Minako as it starts to infuse into your ring, one of the slots glowing, letting it know that has something inside. As King, you open up the doors into the back patio, going down to the small patch of grass that you have. You sit and start to look down at your scar. Looking into your chest, it's glowing, as if before when you first got it, it was shining bright like this, but it was small. But now it's a huge, jagged scar that seems to be ripping itself in from your the top of your sternum to the top of your stomach. The one thing you notice is just like it just looks like white light particles just seeping out at a faster rate than it was before.
Yeah, I've been sort of like, I am tough because I have the tough feet, but I've been playing tough a little bit. And now that I've like, everyone's behind me, I'm gonna just sort of like, and stumble forward a little bit. And make my way over to one of the trees on the lawn and prop my back up against the tree so I have some support, and just like hold my hands over my chest and just sort of like rock, and tears will I'll stream down my face, but I'm not going to openly sob, and I'm just going to try and meditate after a minute or two and reflect on what's happening, and I'm not casting commune, but I'm trying to like sort of tap into myself and understand and have a moment.
Okay. You sit there with your back against the wall, holding on to it, trying to stop the flow of light as you press forward, but it just comes out through your finger, in between your fingers. Closing your eyes and and thinking into it, the only feeling that you get, just the only feeling, only words that go into your head that whisper back and forth like a replaying film reel over and over again. Just the words of Maliki saying that the joining. As more and more of your thoughts start to get like you every time you smell something in the air, your mind shifts back towards the time with your parents, the time with the Eladin, and then all of a sudden you're just walking throughout the clouds of Eustacia, listening to the preachings of Corellin, laughing with the other gods, back towards living with your family, and then it just keeps shifting back and forth till just it's an immense feeling that you just lose total self for just moments at a time. But this just happens on and off throughout the day. But as you said, you are tough and you're able to pull it together when needed most. But
in this moment of desperation, when I start to like hear these, like almost passively, like I'm not going to actively cast it, but I'm going to like dig my hands into the ground and I want to use a third level spell and cast it, but he's not doing it actively. Plant growth, and have like the grass and the tree sort of create like a cocoon that envelops him, like a ball of grass just grows. He just like sits there and rocks in these visions as this grass orb forms around him in the backyard.
Okay, no, I totally get it. King, so as you're just flowing into this shifting back and forth, you're just in so much pain, you reach down in your hand and just energy just comes out naturally, just energy of the earth, energy of the spirits of the ground underneath you, of the forest. And as it does, all the plant life around you, there's some tree, there are roses and other types of plants in there. They all start to overgrow, but they don't look rough and like all jagged. They look beautiful as they start to form a cocoon of just branch and leaves around you as you just are in total darkness now, sitting there crying and sobbing. And anyone who happens to look outside just sees a cocoon of plants and vines where King was. So, Cal, what are you doing during this as everything else is happening? It's just you and Duran and Monako within the front foyer.
I would say that, alright, I'm gonna probably get to sleep. It's been a really long, weird series of events. And I depart and go to the room I had been staying in. And from there, I want to sneak out through the window if it's possible.
Okay.
And I'm going to sneak out and go down to the Dust District. Let me double check. The Gray District, where the heirs of Equipoise are located.
Okay. All right. So, Cal, there is a window, and you can easily fit through.
Cool.
And you can climb down, or you jump down. You can even jump down, though you have to roll me athletics or acrobatics.
I can do. Can I do stealth?
Yes. So you're just if you're trying to climb down
I want to
stealthily.
sneak out. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Roll
I
me a
wanna
stealth
sneak
check.
out. It's an 18.
18. Yeah. You don't make a sound as you start to make your way down. You're easily able to grip onto some of the stone that makes up this house until you finally land, just making a small little thud as you hit the grass beneath. Easily able to make it over the fencing. You hop on over and follow the sapphire stream down towards the Gray District. Are you taking a tram or are you just going to walk it?
I will probably walk it after using Disguise Self.
Okay.
Yeah, Disguise Self
All right.
on myself and make myself look like the taller human that I typically like to turn into whenever I use that spell.
Okay. You go ahead and disguise yourself, forming in the shadows forming around you, turning your exterior visage to more of the human shape that you do, changing your skin color and hiding your horns, your tail, and until finally completing the look, you head off, traveling stealthily throughout the city, making your way to the opposite end in the Gray District.
Yes, and because of my city secrets, I'm able to do it relatively quickly.
You can cut off, which normally would take you a couple hours. You can do in half the time, because you can easily go throughout all the alleyways and secrets. You've been through here before, and you're sharp. You're able to pick up all the new places as well and find the best path. All right. So, Monako, Duran, You finish casting the spell and the ring has been completed. You notice that Cal had walked off and it's just the two of you alone in here after finishing that little ritual to supply the power. What do you two wish to do? Manako?
Manako looks over at Dran and says, well, you've got your ring, and then walks into the kitchen. When she gets to the kitchen, she'll just look out the window. Does she see the little ball of king and grass?
Yes.
It's obvious to us? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably like just sort of rocking there, and the grass is probably just starting to grow at this point, and it hasn't fully enveloped me at that point.
Oh yeah, it takes time for it to do it. You see it in the process of happening. Since you're finished with Duran, everyone else walked out. You kind of turn and start to see this happen, and as you're kind of walking up to it, it's getting up to the point. King. Well, you wouldn't realize it's King, but just the sheer magnitude of the power that you have over the plant life, being a deity, basically, it's definitely forming much faster than it normally would from a normal spell.
She sees him rocking back and forth as they kind of curl up around him, and he starts getting formed to this ball. And she'll without much alarm, just walk out and kind of walk up to him as the shell begins to form his cocoon. And she stands over him, just looks down at him, and kind of like there's this kind of a glare coming on her face. And she just whispers, "Do you hate me too?"
I just like look up and see you like looking over me, and I'm just like, what? Like totally lost. I'm losing my mind.
She'll lean down to help you out. Hey, what do you mean you're losing your mind? Hey.
I'll touch her, reach up and touch her forehead, and try and literally incept a vision into her mind. See if I can. Like a vision of Eustacia and a fleeting moment of a speech of Corellin, to see if I can show her what I see.
Roll me a religion check. Roll me King. Manako, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
25.
13.
13. Okay. King, you attempt to just push your thoughts, the energy of Myliki from you into Manako to show her. Manako, the moment his fingers touch your head, you feel a rush of energy come upon you. That energy, though, is met with a force. And King, you feel the force. And this force is dark. It's a fiery, dark force. And you recognize this as the force of the burning hand, Manako. You feel an unpleasant feeling as the scar on your hand starts to burn. And as the wall, and you hear the grunts of the burning hand, like, and a shatter happen. And with that, and King, you've experienced that and heard those grunts as well as you push against it. And with that, Manako, you start to get a flooding of information and it's so much you can't even process it. It's just a flurry of blue, green, yellow, foresty colors, cloud colors, and in all types of energy that it just starts to meld into you. And the scar begins to burn more and more onto your arm, and it's to the point now that you are going to take a little bit of burn damage. 1 point of burning damage as it's really starting to sting, and you feel the burning hand just kind of scream in pain until eventually he's pushed out. Not that he's left you. You have access to your magic, but just his very presence that floats within you, watching you, just gets pushed away. Udrin, who's always been, you still haven't released, who's just you're connected to and has been invisibly within your perimeter, you feel your connection between the two of you push away as well.
What the hell?
I'll like recoil my hand back. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm breaking or joining.
Oh no. We have to do something. And then she'll tap the earring and message Horatio. Something's wrong with King. We're outside in the courtyard.
Horatio stops reading and rushes outside and passing by the library. Does he pass by Cal's door or no?
No, Cal's door is on the other side.
It's on the other
complete
side.
Other side.
Yeah, so he will message and say, Cal, something's wrong with King, and rush out.
DM, how far away am I when this happens?
You're using your urchin ability or your
City
city
secrets.
secrets ability. You would probably be in terms of time. This only happened within a few minutes, but you've made a good amount of distance going there. Like you're halfway through the light district at this point.
I message back to Horatio directly. What's wrong with King? This is terrible timing. Is everything with Duran?
I'm not sure yet. I'm on my way to see him now.
Minako will kind of kneel down next to King and do her best to support his head. And she's just sort of like trying to physically support him, and she's like, okay, it's gonna be okay, King. And then she'll message Horatio again. I think what happened with Duran, it's too much for him. I don't know.
Okay. So Horatio, you start to make your way down there, running down towards where you saw that they had left, to the side patio. Minako, the burning sensation stops on it completely went away, but then after about a few moments, you start to feel it again. It doesn't hurt, but it's like that normal feeling of the burning hand's presence. And you hear whispered into your ear, "What was that, my love? This is now more of a better time than any. Do it. Our time is nigh." And as that whisper comes upon your ears, Horatio, you run in, see Minako holding King.
Does it look like anything is physically wrong with King except the scar? Yeah, besides light pouring out of his chest, does it look like he's...
So Horatio, as you run in there with King's, the middle of his chest bare, you see him holding, and you see the light pouring out of it. Although there are little fissures and cuts, or sharp, jagged cuts around where his hands are, nothing else on his body looks to be damaged.
Okay. I walk up and I say, as I'm saying it loud, I'm also sending it as a message to Cal. It seems like his scar has gotten bigger.
Horatio,
Yes?
Oh, you're here. I need your help with something.
What?
I think I can buy King a little more time. Quickly, come on. And she kind of like gently lowers King's head down and stands up.
When Horatio runs to get to King, does Duran hear him running or?
Oh, you would have seen him because you're still in the front foyer. You see all this happening, Duran, whether you care or not. You see, like, because you have a straight shot into the kitchen. Because remember, the front foyer in the kitchen doors are to the right, which have been opened by Minako, that lead to the outdoors. So you can easily see all this happening. And then Horatio ran past you.
At the point Horatio runs out, Duran is gonna run out to make sure they're not getting attacked.
Okay, so following close behind Horatio, Duran, you run up and see all this as well.
Can Horatio insight check Minako with the thing to help?
Sure. If you can roll an insight check, and if you're trying to deceive them, Minako, roll a deception check. But you can roll it into a little box and not tell me what it is, and not tell them what it is. And
Duran will also roll insight if that's okay, Ninja Master.
I don't know what I rolled, but if it's low, she would use a Dark One's own luck.
you feel confident on this.
Duran rolls all of a 7.
Okay. Minako seems pretty legit. Yeah, she must know something to help.
Duran, you're here too. That's good. Please, just stand right here. Horatio, could you just put your hands on his forehead?
Horatio does so.
King, it's gonna be all right. And she'll remove from her pack the ruby worth 1,000 gold, and she and her book. She places the ruby on his chest where the glowing wound is, and then she begins to mutter something from the spell book, attempting to cast Infernal Calling.
By the way, I was telling Cal this, that was happening to King. He probably would have said, I think you need to come here.
I'll be right there. I turn around after being halfway to the dust district and come back. But it's gonna take a while for me to get there anyways.
And as she's casting the spell, with Horatio touching King, she's attempting to draw on the power of his Archon power to channel the Infernal Calling a bit stronger, doing what her patron bids.
Minako, you go ahead and grab your ruby. as you do the ruby and place it onto King's chest, you try to reach through Horatio as well, pulling the Archon power. Unfortunately, this power is completely foreign to you. As you try to pull, nothing comes out. Horatio, what you probably feel is the just Monako just strongly squeezing onto you. Nothing magical connection piecing it. So your Archon power is not activated. But nevertheless, the ruby that she holds towards King's chest begins to melt and fizz away as this infernal red energy goes over. The light that's the golden and white light that's pouring out of King begins to have a strange reddish hue towards it as the book that you're holding begins to shake, and more of that kind of red energy goes onto it. King, roll me another religion check, but you get advantage.
21.
Okay. As you start to feel a burning sensation, King, whereas your mind right now is rapidly going throughout the memories of both you and Myliki in the heavens. Your own, and all of a sudden everything look normal, as if you're just watching watching a movie of your own life through first person. But now everything starts to get this weird reddish hue towards it, as if a filter has been placed over to your eyes. You start to hear the crackling sounds of something of a fire burning, as well as the smell of sulfur and brimstone kind of just completely envelops your nose. As you start to feel it, there's a pain that comes on you, and then you start to scream out in pain. All of you hear King in pain at this point, because as Monaco's holding the book and the ruby is starting to melt. Monaco, what you hear is more of like a laughter of a pleased laughter into your arm, as the burning sensation of the burning hand begins to fade away and start to alleviate. But King, as everything, this feeling of burning, as well as the feeling of being in Myliki and the feeling of your history, all this starts to fuse and become confusing and fuddle into your brain. It all just stops, goes blank for a moment, and then you're just back to normal. You look around, you remember who you are. The burning of the scar, although it's still glowing red, doesn't hurt as much anymore. And you're able to take some deep breaths, open up your eyes, and look and see your allies all standing next to you.
What happened?
Are you all right?
I feel better. My chest isn't hurt as bad. Why is it glowing like this?
I had to melt the ruby. That 1,000 gold ruby. It's a part of you now, King, and it will hold that in there. The magic, I think it's a part of you.
Do I feel like that fiery infernal magic on me, or no?
You felt it, you don't feel it now.
Okay. I'll say, all right. Thank you. I feel stable.
Okay, King. Oh, King, we almost lost you. And she goes in to give you a hug.
I'll hug her.
Someone saved you. Again.
Why don't you go patrol the perimeter, Duran?
What were you doing that caused this, King?
And I'm just gonna
Horatio,
grab Monako even tighter and just start crying and just
Come on,
sobbing.
Duran. You're just making things worse. Get out of here.
You're all right. Yeah.
Brad shakes his head. He turns around. He leaves.
Okay.
She will hold him tight.
I'm gonna go read up on what we have to do, and Horatio will leave. And as he's going up, he will message Cal and say King is all right after Monako casted some sort of ritual. Horatio will explain what the ritual was, and I would describe it perfectly.
Thanks, Horatio. And with that, I backtrack again, going towards the Dust District.
Okay. All right. So you turn around again after knowing everything seems to be okay. Still worried about your friends, you turn around and start making your way down towards the Great District, still in disguise. So, Monako, as you're walking away or finished with your spell.
Oh, she's gonna stay with King and hold him. She's not leaving his side until he's okay.
Okay. You hold on to him, and then like I said, the burning feeling on your arm goes away. But after a few moments of you holding King, it returns to normal, and you hear whispered into your ears, "My love, we've dodged a bullet with that one. The seed has been planted. Good work. Now continue. Time is of the essence." And King, did you just hear something? It's like a buzzing in your ear. You're not sure.
Minako tears up a little bit, putting her head on his shoulder, and starts crying.
The flowers continue to grow around the two of us, but then the roses turn a little red at the tips or black at the tips.
Come on, let's get you to bed.
After sitting out there for a little bit, I'll agree to that. Make my way with you back to the room or to the feast that was prepared for us, and I'm sure has been magically kept warm.
The feast is still being. He said 1 hour. This has been 15 minutes.
Oh. Well, I wanted to. Okay, then I wanted to like. The whole goal was to meditate for an hour while Horatio read books. So if an hour has not elapsed, I'll say, no. I just need to be outside. Can you just sit here with me?
Yeah.
Just for an hour before dinner.
Yeah, I'll be here with you.
Okay. So you sit out. Horatio goes back. You go back up to continue reading, and the two of you sit out while Duran. Are you heading to your room or to the front foyer?
Duran goes, when he leaves, he goes out to the back where they picnicked before.
Oh, okay. So you leave out the front door and go out towards the back.
He looks over the picnic ground and remembers the time he ate with everyone, and the smile and the laughter. He shakes his head. How did we waste so much time like this when so much is going on? He's going to pull out his blade, and he's going to make use of the time and practice. Well, he's going to look and see if anyone else is watching him or around. He doesn't want to be interrupted. Can you make like a perception check?
What's with your passive perception? Actually, yeah, you're actively perceiving. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. All right, so at 20, no one's watching you. You can definitely survey the area and see that there's no one watching you.
Duran's going to pull out his blade, and he's going to start retracing through some of the steps that he can remember from when he was with Kai fighting in the future.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
He rolled an 8, but I'm going to blow lucky point to re-roll that. 16.
16, not bad. Okay, so you've been practicing with the magnetic blade before, and you were onto something, onto being able to move it with your mind, and seeing Kai move and his usage of what seems to be chaos that he was using back in the future, you start to, instead of using your mind, tap into this power of chaos that seems to get created from this new blade that came from the future. And it seems like whatever was holding you back from diving into this darkness, this chaos, whatever was holding your heart back from before, doesn't seem to be there anymore. And sure enough, you're able to, seems to tap into something, tap into more of a chaotic way of using this blade at a range. You have a success.
This is the way we save the future.
Gonna mark that down. Okay, so with Duran, you practicing your blade, Horatio, you're reading up on the books, finding information about how to defeat liches, who they are, and the famous liches that exist within Duskhaven or beyond. You're not sure what is written here. We will take a break.
Ooh.
Yo.